What time is it? Let's go. We ready. We ready. We ready. We ready. I'm going to the house. I'm going to the house. When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. Football is getting hit. That's it. It's gonna be football now. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's hunt now. Let's hunt now. Let's go. Let's hunt. We ready. I'm going to the house. I'm going to the house. We're talking about the Jets like we're talking about the Saints. You know, all this, how we the Miami Heat of football. Yeah. The bottom line is you got to buckle up the chin straps. It's embarrassing. Yeah. Don't disrespect the game like that. It's too much crying from him. He's a man. They can be his just like us. He's a man. You already make the big money. He's a man. Don't cry when you step on the field, man. That's who I did. When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. Oh, my bad. Your bad don't work in my world. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We ready. I'm going to the house. I'm going to the house. It's a wrap. Game over.
No. This game is just getting started. It's Media Monday, January 4th, 2021. And I am AJ Jones, and I'm glad to be in the house one more time, especially in a brand new month, brand new week, brand new year. And I mean it when I say thank you for letting me see this year. I mean that sincerely and wholeheartedly. I hope that everyone's new year has gotten off to a grand start and you are on your way to something better than you've had before. Even if last year was great, I am hoping this year is even better. If last year was bad, I'm definitely hoping it's better for you. And unfortunately, as I come in the studio, it is not better for some people. Doug Marrone, Jacksonville Jaguars, fired. Anthony Lynn, LA Chargers, fired. And then last night, Adam Gase of the New York City Jets, fired. We already know that Bill O'Brien was fired earlier this year from the Houston Texans. Dan Quinn was fired earlier this year from the Atlanta Falcons. And Matt Patricia was fired earlier this season from the Detroit Lions. The ones from today, Doug Marrone from the Jacksonville Jaguars and Anthony Lynn from the LA Chargers. Y'all know me. Y'all know I'm disappointed about the Anthony Lynn firing. He's had 2 back-to-back seasons with a losing record. Before that, winning records. But man, I tell you what, he suffered through one of the worst statistical quarterback play in a long time for a starting quarterback. And that was 2 seasons ago under Phillip Rivers. If it had not been for Jameis Winston throwing 30 interceptions, all of the talk would have been on Phillip Rivers throwing 20 interceptions. Phillip Rivers, because he's Phillip Rivers, got another shot and got the Indianapolis Colts into the playoffs because he played better, didn't turn the ball over as much. Imagine if he doesn't throw 20 interceptions, what the San Diego, soon to be the LA Chargers, could have been under Anthony Lynn. But, that's the way it goes. That's the way it goes. I'm not bemoaning race. I'm not bemoaning injustice or anything like that. I'm going to say about Anthony Lynn what most folks say about other coaches in the league. He's highly respected. And I hope that he gets another chance as a head coach and no, he doesn't have to go and prove himself again as an offensive coordinator or an assistant. He doesn't. He doesn't. Like I said, you take out one of the statistically worst seasons of a quarterback out, and Anthony Lynn is still in LA coaching the Chargers. Now, obviously, the play of Justin Herbert, which should be A-Bear, has the organization thinking, oh, we got to just get the right guy in here. I'm not wishing ill on the LA Chargers. I'm an Anthony Lynn fan. I wish the Chargers well. I, too, was impressed with Justin Herbert. Should be in contention for Rookie of the Year. Should be in contention. Don't think he'll get it because, Jefferson up in Minnesota and several other guys around the league have done, a lot as well. But, I'm not wishing ill on the LA Chargers. I want and hope that Anthony Lynn will get another shot somewhere. Definitely. I'm hoping Anthony Lynn will get another shot somewhere as a head coach and not in college. And I have to go down there and prove himself. For Christ's sake, Adam Gase was a loser in Miami, got the head coaching job in New Jersey for the New York Jets. He ain't got to go prove himself nowhere. I'm sure he's going to be applying for other jobs in the NFL, just like he did to get the Miami and the New York Jet job. So miss me with the double standards, please. Bill O'Brien's going to be applying for somebody's head coach job. Dan Quinn's going to be applying for somebody's head coach job. Just stop it with I just got to go down and prove himself. Go over to the XFL and see if he can coach there and then come back. If he's serious, that's not serious. That's your opinion. That's not anybody's game plan. That's yourn. You see what I did there? Yourn. You own it. So, I think there are other coaches that will be getting the news. In fact, I know a lot of New York Giants fans that hope that Doug Peterson gets the call. What happened there last night? Man, you had fans that you didn't even know you had last night. All you had to do was coach a full game like you were trying to win it. It's all you had to do. Coach a full game like you were trying to win it. And you didn't even do that. You had one job, homie. You had one job. And I'll be doggone if he didn't blow that. This dude took out Jalen Hurts, Channelview High School star, Alabama star, Oklahoma star. Took out Jalen Hurts in a game that was still winnable. Now, did I say Jalen was setting it on fire? No, but for Christ's sake, you lived and made us suffer through Carson Wentz. You mean to tell me you couldn't give Jalen another half? And they put in some dude named Nate Sudfeld. Nate Sudfeld, like his name is missing some letters. And man, the Giant fans turned on him. I mean, 1 minute they loved him, fly Eagles, and the next minute it was like, hey, don't let this dude come down my block. Don't let him come down 43rd and Crenshaw. I don't know the streets in New York. And actually, they're in New Jersey. So, whatever it was, it's like, I'm just telling you, I bet not see Doug Peterson nowhere near me, and I'm a Giants fan. It was rough. It was rough. They're literally calling for an NFL investigation into Doug Peterson and the Philadelphia Eagles for tanking. That's rough. And by the way, Doug Peterson coached I guess they got a lot of talent, team down to another losing record. I mean, I know he's got the one chip with dip over, a very good New England Patriot team. I know he's got that to his credit, but hey, dude hasn't done much since. And I know everybody's riding high with Washington. I'll get on them next. But it's Media Monday right here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK. I'm back in studio, so if you want to call me, the number 281-453-1000. That's 281-453-1000. Or you can text me 832-403-5005. That's 832-403-5005. I got to get a T-shirt deal in my house where I can make my own T-shirts, because I would have a picture of Doug Peterson with a blue and red line through his face. Like no Doug Peterson. I mean, seriously, bruh, what was you doing? I'll be right back right after this on the lunch break. Segment brought to you by Lily and the Tax Doctor.
Hi, my name is Lily. My mom and dad used to fight about money all the time. Then one day, I heard them talking about this guy, some uncle I never knew, called Uncle Sam. Well, they say this Uncle Sam guy wanted them to pay him like $1 gazillion, and they didn't have $1 gazillion. So they called this company they heard on the radio called the Tax Doctor. And the Tax Doctor worked with Uncle Sam's people. I think they're called the IRS. And they're able to work it out so my mom and dad didn't have to pay Uncle Sam very much money at all. So now mom and dad are happy, and I'm happy too. Thanks, Tax Doctor.
If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS or state, call now and pay less. 800-603-9359. 800-603-9359. That's 800-603-9359. Here's an important COVID-19 school system update for your local area. If you're concerned about your child's education, please pay close attention to this message. The current school systems were not set up for at-home learning. If you're worried that your child may not be getting the grades they need to get ahead, may be losing self-confidence, or you're worried about them getting into a good college because of their grades, help is available to you. Call Grade Potential Tutoring. They can help with in-home or online tutoring and help your child with any subject at every grade level, even for test prep. They're experts in the home tutoring and online tutoring field and confident they can help you and your child get better grades today. Call now for your free consultation. 800-580-7680. 800-580-7680. 800-580-7680. That's 800-580-7680. I am a non-attorney spokesperson representing a team of lawyers who've helped people that have been injured or wronged. Have you been diagnosed with cancer? Are you one of the millions who have taken Zantac or other generic versions of this popular drug to help treat stomach issues? Then pay close attention to this message. The FDA said it detected low levels of a probable cancer-causing chemical known as NDMA in Zantac and other generic forms of this popular drug. They've banned sales and even removed it from the market. If you've been diagnosed with cancer and you've taken Zantac or a generic equivalent, call the legal helpline now. You could receive a free cash award and have your medical expenses covered. And there's no upfront cost to you. They only get paid if you win. So please call now. 800-251-7816. 800-251-7816. 800-251-7816. That's 800-251-7816.
The legendary KYOK 1140 AM and 92.3 FM. The legend continues.
Man, sometimes you got to dance and laugh to keep from crying and, just doing something wrong. I just read the funniest thing in 2021. The funniest thing in 2021, I just read it. And it's right in line with what we were just talking about here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK. So listen, if you're driving, pull over. If you're working, hit pause on your video conference and mute yourself because you're going to laugh out loud. If you're tending to your baby, put the baby to sleep. Go ahead and lay the baby down to go to sleep, because you're going to throw your hands up and you're going to laugh like crazy when I tell you what I just read. That is the funniest thing that I read in 2021. Seriously, I'm serious. If you are drinking a glass of juice or water or coffee, stop, because you're going to laugh so much, you're going to spit it out on your iPhone, and you're going to be trying to bill me. And I'm not them insurance people. You're going to have to pay that deductible and get you another one. It's hilarious. I'm telling you, this here is funny. This here is funny. You ready? So I'm minding my business, right? I'm minding my business, trying to work my 9 to 5. Well, it's really 12 to 2, but I'm minding my business. I'm working my own job, and I'm trying to do my job, pay my bills, feed my family and stuff like that. And I go to my sources, to kind of get updates on information. And again, me minding my own business, ain't bothering nobody. I haven't been petty all year, last year, and I'm starting off real good this year, not being petty. And I'm just loving, the Lord. He heard my cry and pitied every groan. I went to church on New Year's Eve. I stayed awake until New Year's Day, and I didn't eat the black eyed peas though. I did not eat the black eyed peas. I couldn't find none. They were all, out of my reach. So what had happened was, I'm sitting here minding my own business, working my 9 to 5, 12 to 2, and I'm checking my sources, and one of my sources says, you ain't gonna believe this, but Adam Gase and Bill O'Brien are candidates to become the offensive coordinator at, wait for it, Alabama. Wait, what? Huh? What are you talking about? I sure hope y'all quit drinking your drink so you don't spit on your phone or your tablet or your laptop. I mean, and there's no laughing emoji behind it. It's no nothing. It's no LOL. It's no LMBO. It's none of that. It's like for real. Adam Gase and Bill O'Brien are candidates for the offensive coordinator job at Alabama. You can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up. No. Hold on, time out. I gotta work with this. I gotta put all my broadcast journalism, wisdom, knowledge, expertise. I'm not lucky, I'm loved. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. I got to put all that to work here. What? What are you saying to me? You could be horrible at your job, and arguably the best college football program in the nation for the decade will take the worst of the worst in their respective jobs and put them in position to lead young men? Hey man, hold on. I ain't quite done with this yet. Wait a minute. Way, W-A-Y, mint, M-I-N-T, way mint. So has Nick Saban become the Oprah Winfrey of college football? When you mess up in life and you mess up in your career, the one thing you got to do to get yourself back on track is to go sit on the couch with Oprah and let her ask you, what was you thinking? Why did you do that? What have you learned from this? If you get another chance in life, how will you be better? And I promise you, if you can at least get that, you got a chance. If you don't get on Oprah, you don't want to go on Wendy. You want to go on Oprah. Don't settle for Wendy when you can't get on Oprah if you're in trouble. Just wait it out. Hide out until Oprah says, okay, I'm bringing you in. Has Nick Saban become that dude? Because I'm not talking about a brother who, had alcohol issues and, I don't believe he can get another chance. But Steve Sarkisian hadn't even gotten to step 2 of a 12-step alcoholic recovery program. And Saban brought him in as an advisor. I mean, he didn't even have a role. And then Lane Kiffin got another job, and Saban said, well, all right, you here. How about if we make you offensive coordinator for the day? Doesn't seem like much, but the day that he gave him the offensive coordinator job was in the national championship game, Alabama against Clemson, and the Clemson quarterback was Deshaun Watson. How do you get that job in a day when you're still recovering from issues? And then the very next day after losing that game, this dude got a whole job with the Atlanta Falcons as their offensive coordinator and proceeded to go out and blow a 28-3 lead in the Super Bowl in the fourth quarter. You would think he would be done. No. Nick Saban brings him back and said, get on the couch. Get on the couch. Makes him the offensive coordinator again. And now he is the whole head coach of the UT Longhorns, who had a head coach. They fired their guy to get that guy, courtesy of a phone call from Nick Saban. Wait a minute, I ain't done yet. So step in, here comes Bill O'Brien, who is public enemy number 1 on my block. Now, y'all can rock with him if you want to. He come on my block, I'm calling the po-po. I'm calling the SWAT team. I'm calling the FBI, the CAI, the DEI. I'm calling everybody. Hey, there you go right there. The dude that ruined the Houston Texans from the inside out. He was a quadruple agent. He was working for everybody but the Texans. I'm telling you now. And what does he do? He's talking about bringing him in to be the offensive coordinator for the Alabama Crimson Tide Roll Tide. And if that don't work out, he said, well, I'll tell who else out there needs some guidance and comfort and care. Adam Gase, who ruined the Miami Dolphins, who ruined the New York Jets. You know what? Bring him in too. If in case O'Brien says no, we'll work with Gase. This dude is the new Oprah Winfrey of college football. You had a problem? You need another chance in life? Call Nick Saban. We're here to help. Roll Tide. I'll be back. I'll be back. I got to keep laughing, man. I'll be right back after this on the lunch break. Segment brought to you by OMG Tires and More. OMG Tires and More. You need a new set? Call OMG Tires and More. Check them out.
Hi, I'm Linda J. I recently purchased 4 new tires from OMG Tires and More, located at 3124 Tidwell between 59 and Jensen. TK got me in and out in less than 30 minutes. While there, I got my car washed. Do you need rims for your car? OMG has them too. OMG Tires and More is your one-stop shop for all your tire needs. So give them a call at 832-767-3211. That's 832-767-3211. Conveniently located at 3124 Tidwell between 59 and Jensen on the north side.
Here's an important COVID-19 school system update for your local area. If you're concerned about your child's education, please pay close attention to this message. The current school systems were not set up for at-home learning. If you're worried that your child may not be getting the grades they need to get ahead, may be losing self-confidence, or you're worried about them getting into a good college because of their grades, help is available to you. Call Grade Potential Tutoring They can help with in-home or online tutoring and help your child with any subject at every grade level, even for test prep. They're experts in the home tutoring and online tutoring field and confident they can help you and your child get better grades.
I'll just
today.
take a drink to
Call
this.
now for your free consultation. 800-580-7680. 800-580-7680.
Wow.
800-580-7680. That's 800-580-7680.
I'm Mayor Sylvester Turner. We need to be mindful of everyone's health and safety when planning family gatherings. Make a plan and share it with your guests. Get tested at one of the many free testing sites within the city. Wear your mask, wash your hands frequently, and social distance, so you can enjoy your time together with peace of mind. Protecting our loved ones is the most important thing for all of us. Mask up, Houston. We're better together.
The legendary KYOK 1140 AM. The legendary KYOK 92.3 FM. Two radio stations in one.
I'm Larry Scott, host of the Not So Christian and Me show. Join me Saturdays for great fun, interviews, music, and the latest news surrounding our world today. We are the show that cares to hear your voice and opinion with real conversation in a no judgment zone. So join me Saturdays from 1 to 2 p.m. on the Not So Christian and Me show, right here on the legendary KYOK Radio, 1140 AM, and the all-new 92.3 FM at KYOKradio.org.
You're listening to The Lunch Break with AJ on the legendary KYOK 1140 AM and 92.3 FM.
Man, I'm trying to tell you, boy, I'm off to a great start for 2021. I done heard the funniest thing of the year already. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, it don't get much better than this. Wow. And you know, just to kind of finish the thought, it's Media Monday right here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK. Happy 2021 to you and yours. We pray it's a great year for you. If you're just joining the show, we're talking about one of the funniest things I've read this year already, like bar none. It's like right up there. It's like right up there. Alabama is considering Bill O'Brien and Adam Gase as their offensive coordinator because the one that they just rehabilitated, Steve Sarkisian, is on his way to UT to be the new head coach of the Longhorns, and they're excited about it. And if y'all happy, y'all be happy. That's how I'll say it. Because that old saying, if y'all happy, I'm happy. If you like it, I love it. I don't have to like what you like. If you happy, then you just be happy. UT, you got rid of your man to get this man. More power to you. But AJ, he was a winner at Washington and USC. All right. Tom Herman was a winner at Ohio State and U of H. Okay. So anyway, what has Adam Gase and Bill O'Brien done offensively? Now, I ain't talking about as head coaches because they're not going to be the head coach at Alabama. I'd be doggone if Nick Saban brings either one of them in as a heir apparent to him. But what is Bill O'Brien and or Adam Aloysius Gates done as an offensive coordinator to make Saban say, I think I'll bring them in? I mean, we suffered through 7 seasons of Bill O'Brien calling plays here. Except for when Deshaun first came out. You know, right after Bill O'Brien said that Tom Savage gives us the best chance to win for a half. And then he slid in Deshaun, and Deshaun went on a run, setting records for the first 6 games, and then he got hurt. Except for that run right there, Bill O'Brien ain't done nothing offensively. And I believe that was more Deshaun than it was O'Brien, because look how good everything went after that. And Adam Gase, come on, man. Ain't nobody by accident ever said, oh, he's a great offensive mind, though. Never. Not somebody not married to him or related to him. And I believe his mama said it to his face and called into a radio show and said something else behind his back. I'm just saying. I don't know that to be a fact, but I wouldn't be surprised. Well, this sure sounds like Mother Gase. Is Mother Gase, is that you? No, it ain't Mother Gase. I'm a Jets fan. I just think it's time to move on. Honey, Adam ain't listening, is he? You know, I don't need him to hear his mom. I mean, I'm Mother Base. I'm Mother Base. Baby, go with it, Alabama. Go. If I'm Auburn, if I'm LSU, if I'm A&M, Tennessee, Mississippi State, Mississippi, Florida, Georgia. If I'm any of them, I'm like, yes, great job. Good. Either one of them would be good for you. Let's go. That is crazy. Keith Hennick said, I am happy that you're having a good time at my expense. Hey, Keith, I'm sorry, bro. I want the best for y'all. Now, I want the best for y'all. Go hook 'em horns. What is it? Hook 'em horns. Just don't do anything drink related. Like, don't do anything like that. Just do is that it? Which one is it? How do y'all do your thing? That's it. There it is right there. Front ways, not backwards. That's something different, right? And don't do it down, because everybody in burnt orange starts crying. Like, yay! Yeah, yay! Yay! Ah! They did the horns down. We were assaulted. Man, if I'm Oklahoma, if I'm Iowa State, Texas Tech, Oklahoma State, TCU, Baylor, if I'm any of them, they ain't got but like 7 teams in the Big 12. You know, if I'm any one of those 7 teams, 8 teams, how many teams they got? If I'm in Kansas State, if I'm any one of them, yes. Steve Sarkisian, that's who y'all want. That's who y'all should get. So, anyway, let me leave that alone. Adam Gase and Bill O'Brien are considered for the Alabama offensive coordinator position. All right, the playoffs are set. The playoffs are set. Here are your playoff teams in the NFL for 2021. The playoffs are set. Is no if this, then this, all that is in. In the AFC, the number 1 seed and the team getting a bye week at 14-2, the Kansas City Chiefs. So for all y'all who said that Pat Mahomes was a fluke and Andy Reid was a fluke and Eric Bieniemy can't coach and all that, oh well, they're 14-2 and they've got the number 1 seed, so they don't have to play Saturday or Sunday. How about that? At number 2, you got the Buffalo Bills, 13-3. You know what? Congratulations. Buffalo, it's been a long time. I mean, y'all made the playoffs last year, but big improvement this year. Big improvement this year. So we'll see where you go from here, Buffalo. Supposedly it's not just about getting there, it's about doing something while you're there. At number 3, 12-4, the Pittsburgh Steelers. And you know what? They went from being one of the teams to beat to people literally overlooking them. Like, just because they beat Cleveland with Mason Rudolph as the quarterback, folks are thinking that Cleveland is just going to run through them and get to that next round. Okay. No problem. We'll see. In fact, I'll tell you when we'll see. We will see Sunday night at 7:15 Central. Sunday night at 7:15, we're going to see if Pittsburgh ain't all that. Sunday night, 7:15, period. At number 4, the Tennessee Titans, 11-5. You know what? I gotta give Mike Vrabel credit. Mike Vrabel, to me, is the best of the Bill Belichick coaching tree. Mike Vrabel turned the Tennessee Titans around in a heartbeat. And now they're formidable. Now they are for real. Brown at wide receiver, you know who, Derrick Henry, 2,027 yards and 17 touchdowns. And every team in the league knew Derrick Henry was going to get the ball, and he still ran for over 2,000 yards. Yeah. And turned in Ryan Tannehill into a franchise quarterback. I mean, Mike Vrabel gets a lot of respect. Their defense ain't bad. Again, that's going to be a team that's going to be hard to beat in the playoffs. They're 11-5. And then the wild card teams, you got the Baltimore Ravens, 11-5. Anybody that thought Baltimore was not going to make the playoffs and that Cleveland was going to be better in the standings than Baltimore, you don't know Baltimore. Yeah, they didn't do what they did last year. They won 11 games. They won 11 games. My guy, Lamar Jackson at quarterback, overcame COVID-19. Oh, AJ, it's a 99% survival rate. I didn't say he survived it from a death standpoint. I mean, the side effects, the after effects. A lot of people who had COVID this year didn't bounce back, to themselves. Second quarterback only in NFL history to run for back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons. Oh, yeah, and he threw for a couple thousand yards as well. So, don't give me he's a running back playing quarterback. Yeah. I'm talking on an intellectual level in 2021. I'm sorry. I can't play with you this year. Number 6, the Cleveland Browns. Congratulations, Cleveland. And I mean that. Congratulations on getting to the playoffs for the first time since 2002. Congratulations, and I mean it sincerely. For the Ohio Valley area, great job. And even for Baker Mayfield, great job. Let's see what y'all do Sunday night. And then last and certainly not least, the Indianapolis Colts, 11-5. They got there by virtue of their win. And again, Phillip Rivers, who played extremely poorly last season, played well enough to get the Colts to the playoffs. We'll see what they do there. So that's what you got on the AFC side. Just outside the playoffs, I got to give honorable mention to the Miami Dolphins. Brian Flores, Tua Tagovailoa, Ryan Fitzpatrick, all of them. Great job. Ahead of schedule. Flores took a team that won 2 games and made them a 10-win team. They were literally vying for the playoffs until, the last down of a game. So congratulations to the Miami Dolphins. Everybody else, be best. Raiders, 8-8. Patriots, 7-9. Chargers, 7-9. Broncos, 5-11. And, talking about the other coaches that should get a phone call, everybody is high on Zach Taylor with the Cincinnati Bengals because he put, 2 wins together at the end of the season? Oh, he's young and he's innovative. What? I'm sorry, let me read this record. 4-11-1. 4-11-1. care about how young and innovative he is. He was so innovative, they were 4-11-1. Well, AJ, they lost their star quarterback. They weren't winning a bunch of games with their star quarterback. All right? Hang on to him if you want to. 4-11-1. Take a break. We'll be right back. This segment brought to you by the Care Team. If you need insurance, if you do not have medical insurance and you don't want to go into another year without it, you got to listen up to the Care Team. They're right after Lily and the Tax Doctor right here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK.
Hi, my name is Lily. My mom and dad used to fight about money all the time. Then one day, I heard them talking about this guy, some uncle I never knew, called Uncle Sam. Well, they say this Uncle Sam guy wanted them to pay him like $1 gazillion, and they didn't have $1 gazillion. So they called this company they heard on the radio called the Tax Doctor. And the Tax Doctor worked with Uncle Sam's people. I think they're called the IRS. And they're able to work it out so my mom and dad didn't have to pay Uncle Sam very much money at all. So now mom and dad are happy, and I'm happy too. Thanks, Tax Doctor.
If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS or state, call now and pay less. 800-603-9359. 800-603-9359. That's 800-603-9359.
Hello, my name is Margaret, and I'm not a paid actor. I'm simply a very satisfied customer that has received good advice from the Care Team Insurance. Without the help from the Care Team, we would not have had health insurance. The Care Team has saved my daughter's life.
This is one of the many great results of Care Team's efforts. Don't get caught with bad or no insurance at all. Let Care Team assist you with our free enrollment assistance program. Call now, 281-990-1377. There are over 13 million people without medical insurance that should qualify for plans starting at $0 to $50 per month. Care Team has helped thousands of people just like you. This is AJ Jones, and KYOK listeners, I want you to call now and see what you qualify for at 281-990-1377. That's 281-990-1377, or visit careteamcares.com.
You're listening to 1140 AM and 92.3 FM, the legendary KYOK.
Now let's get back to the lunch break with AJ on the legendary KYOK, 1140 AM and 92.3 FM.
All right, y'all, we're back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. Big shout out to one of my brothers like no other, Alan M. Roddy. What's up, bruh? Happy 2021 to you, man. Gina Fleming, 11-0 team, Pittsburgh Steelers. We've got to bring it. Yeah, you're right. Jaguars will need a strong coach. Absolutely, they will. They need a strong coach, and they need some strong leadership in the front office, because right now they're kind of wasting some talent. So, yeah, Keith Hennig said it best. Young coaches, NERP. I'll stay with Bruce Arians, Pete Carroll, and Andy Reid. That's my thing. Anytime you go too far from one extreme to the other, you're going to mess up. That whole fiasco of, oh, God, if you do Sean McVay, we want you to come and be our head coach. If you touch Sean McVay, if you got sprinkled by some sweat off of his forehead, we want you to be our head coach. How'd that work out? How did it work? And I'm going to go ahead and throw another name in there for you. Your boy Cliff Kingsbury. How many more years y'all going to give him to get it together down there in Arizona? Because the talent is there. I don't want to hear, but AJ, they were close. So that's how we doing it now. Now all you got to do is be close. I'm just telling you. Zach Taylor, Cliff Kingsbury. Yeah, great young talents. Let me go ahead and throw another name at. How many more years y'all gonna give John Gruden and Mike Mayock? How many more years are y'all gonna give to your boy out there in San Francisco? Oh, AJ, they were just in the Super Bowl, and then they weren't. Kyle Shanahan, young, talented, bright, innovative. Him and Lynch, golden children. And there's a very realistic possibility that they absolutely missed on Jimmy Garoppolo. Like, Jimmy Garoppolo absolutely might not have been the answer. All right, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Y'all listen. If y'all like them, you then keep liking them. If y'all want them, keep wanting them. But those are three mediocre coaches right there. John Gruden, Cliff Kingsbury, and Kyle Shanahan. Kyle Shanahan's situation is redundant. What does that mean? That means it happens the same way every time. Starts off hot, innovative, creative. Folks can't quite figure it out until they do. And once they figure it out, it falls fast. He was the offensive coordinator in Houston, fell fast. Offensive coordinator for his dad, fell fast. Offensive coordinator in Atlanta, fell fast. And I stand corrected. I said that Steve Sarkisian was the OC when the Atlanta Falcons blew that 28-3 lead. That wasn't Sarkisian. That was Kyle Shanahan. Sarkisian came after that and couldn't find the tallest dude in the building, Julio Jones, in the end zone to save his life. I'm just saying, man, there's a lot of mediocrity in coaching. There are only a few Bill Belichick's. There are only a few Mike Tomlins. There are only a few Andy Reids. There are only a few Pete Carrolls. There's only a few. There's only a few dudes like Marvin Lewis that can go in Cincinnati, y'all. Not Dallas, not Pittsburgh, not New England, but Cincinnati, and get them to 5 straight playoffs. But AJ, they didn't win anything. I'm sorry, Zach Taylor can't spell playoffs right now. Nor can Cliff Kingsbury. Nor can John Gruden. All right, so let me get to the NFC side. Let me get to the NFC side of the playoffs. NFC side, number 1 seed. Congratulations, Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers. I may have underestimated Aaron Rodgers. Like, I kind of low key like the Allstate or State Farm commercials, whichever one he does. I don't follow the insurance companies, but I kind of like him. I kind of like him. And oh yeah, by the way, the dude can ball as a quarterback on the football field. Makes amazing throws, doesn't get rattled, works with who he has. I even like his, he gets a little crotchety sometimes. I don't mind that. I don't have to have a quarterback that's everybody's friend. You win in games like that, you ain't got to be everybody's friend. Who don't you like? I'll get them. Tell me. Congratulations, Aaron Rodgers. I mean, seriously, 13-3 this year. What were they last year? Something similar. And they're doing that all under a first-year head coach or second-year head coach. Neophyte head coach. And that's what I'm saying. Y'all got all goofy and ridiculous about Bill O'Brien and what he did in 7 seasons. You got guys like LaFleur who went into Green Bay, took over a nightmare from Mike McCarthy, and proceeded to go out and have 13-win seasons, 2 seasons in a row. I like it. They should be the number 1 seed in the NFC. They earned it. Number 2, the Saints. All New Orleans did was go out there with no running backs from their running back room. All of their running backs put on the COVID list. So they had to pull a dude up from the practice squad, move over a wide receiver, and put a backup quarterback in at running back. And what did they do? They put up a bunch of points. Battle for the number 1 seed. Saints are going to be all right. Saints are going to be all right. 12-4, number 2 seed. Number 3, Seattle Seahawks, 12-4. Again, the team that everybody wrote off. Oh, they're not going to make it. They're horrible. Arizona's caught up to them. Well, Seattle's the number 3 seed in the playoffs, and Arizona is the number nothing seed in the playoffs. So that whole catching up thing is overrated. That whole catching up thing, oh yeah, they ain't caught up to them. For what? To see if they can get a ticket from them to the playoffs? Great job, Pete Carroll. Great job, Russell Wilson. Great job, number 3 seed. Number 4, you got the Washington football team. Here's where I wanted to get to on this. 7-9. Washington 7-9. They're a feel-good story. They're a feel-good story because, you know, their head coach survived cancer and all of that. They're 7-9, y'all. Like they're 7-9. Yeah, not 8-8, not 9-7, but they're 7-9. I'm not knocking the head coach surviving cancer. Remember a couple of years ago when the head coach from the Colts had cancer and everybody was, you know, they were, you know, believing in him. And as soon as he didn't win enough games, like the organization had no problem firing him. None. So I mean, I'm not knocking the whole personal side of it, but to hold old boy out like he is a genius, like he did a phenomenal job, like, you know, this is the best thing since sliced bread. I'm happy for the Washington fans. I'm happy for the Washington players. I'm happy for the head coach personally. But let's keep it under control. It's not earth-shattering. It's not, oh, man, here we go. You know, can they make some noise in the playoffs? Yeah, we saw Seattle do it a couple of years ago when beast mode became beast mode. But let's not go too far. I mean, let's seriously not go too far. You got another coach that got fired because his team went 7-9. You got this dude who's being glorified because his team is 7-9. And again, it has nothing to do with race because they're both minorities. Nothing to do with race. Don't put words in my mouth. What I'm saying is that's just how fickle fans and this league is. One guy's 7-9 has got to be fired. Another guy's 4-11-1, and folks think that they're headed in the right direction. Another dude is 7-9, and they're praising him like they just won the Super Bowl. So I'm just saying. They're at number 4 by virtue of the fact they won their division. At number 5, you got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at 11-5. Tom Brady, proved all the doubters wrong. Oh, you don't have any arm strength, doesn't have this, can't do it, da-da-da-da. Tom Brady's in the playoffs at 11-5 in Tampa. You got to say it all together for it to matter. Got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the playoffs. And oh yeah, by the way, he threw some nice touchdown passes. And Washington's running off the field talking about, we want Brady. Okay. All right, he's got a little history with people who go off chanting that about him. Number 6, you got the Rams. They got in there, 10-6. And then number 7, the Chicago Bears. I was rooting for the Bears to beat Green Bay so that the Saints could be the number 1 seed, but it didn't happen. Didn't happen. Mitchell Trubisky, again, another guy that came in with all this hype and all this stuff. He got to play now. You're in the playoffs now, bro. This is where your name is made. In fact, I'm only going to call him Mitch Trubisky until he does something. You will not be Mitchell Trubisky in my mouth until you do something. You got to win some games, bro. You got to win some playoff games. You're not. It's another overrated quarterback until you get that team to the next hump. On the outside looking in, the Arizona Cardinals 8-8, the Vikings 7-9, 49ers 6-10. Kyle Shanahan got them going in the right direction, though. Can't wait till they get their quarterback back. They're going to be ready. Kyle Shanahan, that's That's that other Mike Shanahan. That's his boy. All right. Giants 6-10. Cowboys 6-10. Panthers 5-11. Lions 5-11. Eagles 4-11-1. Doug Peterson should be getting a phone call. I'm just saying. I'm Jeff Lurie. I'm calling Doug. Say, yo, man, what happened last night? For real? Okay. I hear you. I tell you what, pack your stuff up real quick. I'm trying to see something. What you mean pack my stuff up? You're fired. I'm just trying to see something. What are you trying to see? If I can bring in another head coach? Yeah. They better be glad I'm not an owner, because that's how I would send them out. That's how I would send them out. All right, listen, let me get Sybil Wilkes on here. Let's get her COVID-19 update. I think this will be her first one on my show for 2021. Let's get her COVID-19 update, and then we'll come back with more right after this on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK.
It's Sybil Wilkes with what you need to know today. Against the backdrop of an ongoing and increasing pandemic and economic uncertainty, the 117th United States Congress was sworn in Sunday. Congresswoman Nancy Pelosi was elected to another term as Speaker of the House. 32 members of the Senate were sworn in among those elected or re-elected in November. The names of Barack and Michelle Obama have been bandied about in conversations about potential positions within the Biden administration. The latest suggestion is the nomination of former President Barack Obama as the next Attorney General of the United States. A legal expert suggests that the unprecedented move would show the president-elect is governing in the national interest during these volatile times, adding it would make perfect preparation for a seat on the United States Supreme Court. What you need to know is brought to you by Black Voters Matter. Visit blackvotersmatterfund.org for more information. I'm Sybil Wilkes. Be informed, be empowered.
Now let's get back to the lunch break with AJ on the legendary KYOK, 1140 AM and 92.3 FM.
All right. We back up in here. I'm AJ Jones. It is our Media Monday, our first one of 2021. Man, I'm excited. We did our final Freestyle Friday, which was the first show in 2021 for me, and I had a lot of fun with y'all. We counted down the top 20 events in the world of sports. I'll run through those again real quick in the next hour. But again, just a lot of Keith Hennig. You are hilarious. Keith Hennig said Sarkisian couldn't find his rear end with a flashlight and a map. And Hennig also said, I'm happy for Ron Rivera and Alex Smith. However, the Bucs will smoke them next weekend. Yeah, let's get to the games for next weekend. Saturday. So 3 games on Saturday, 3 games on Sunday, and then they go to the next round. And the first round teams that had byes, they actually come back and play. So this coming Saturday, you've got the Colts at Buffalo. It's going to be a good game. Phillip Rivers, if you're for real, we'll find out. Colts at Buffalo. That'll be Saturday at 12:05 Central. Then you got the Rams at Seattle. Another good one. Will be Saturday at 3:40. And then Saturday night, it goes down. Ron Rivera and Alex Smith against Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That kicks off at 7:15 on Saturday evening. What's the word on Mike Evans? Any word on Mike Evans, Keith? And then Sunday morning or Sunday afternoon, you got the Baltimore at Tennessee. That'll be Sunday at 12:05. Then Chicago at New Orleans, Sunday at 3:40. And then Cleveland at Pittsburgh, Sunday evening at 7:15. So that's your playoff lineup right there. All right, let me get ready to hit this top of the hour. And then we'll come back with more. Got to talk about the college football playoffs. Clemson. We'll be right back right after this on the lunch break.
The legendary 1140 AM KYOK Conroe and 92.3 FM K222CX Houston.
The views and opinions expressed on all radio shows broadcast on KYOK are entirely those of the host, guests, and callers who are entirely responsible for all show content and do not in any way reflect the opinions of KYOK Radio, its sponsors, staff, or management.
feel today? Ask yourself this question. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's go. Reverse. Let's go to the house. Let's go to the house. When I step on the field, I send one message. And this is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. Football is getting hit. That's it. It's gonna be football now. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's hunt now. Let's hunt now. Let's go. Let's hunt. We ready? Let's go to the house. Let's go to the house. We're talking about the Jets like we're talking about the Saints. You know, all this holler, we the Miami Heat of football. Yeah. The bottom line is you got to buckle up the chin straps. It's embarrassing. Yeah. Don't disrespect the game like that. So much cry from him. He's a man. They can be a hit just like us. He's a man. You already make the big money. He's a man. Don't cry when you step on the field, man. That's war out there. When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. Oh, my bad. You had no work in my world. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We ready? Let's go to the house. Let's go to the house. It's a wrap. Game over.
All right, y'all. Game is not over. Actually, that's his first hour on the books, second hour underway here on the legendary KYOK. And it is our Media Monday. It's the first Media Monday of 2021. And we've got our first caller for Media Monday on 2021. It is none other than Dr. DB Cook. What's going on, bro?
Hey, bro, how you doing? Happy New Year to you.
Same to you and yours, bro. Same to you and yours.
Likewise. What's happening? Hey, man, it's been pretty much one of the most exciting New Years when it comes to college football and professional football. I think we've seen in a long time.
Yeah, I thought definitely on the college level, I thought it was real interesting. The college football playoffs, Notre Dame in that game against Auburn, and then against Alabama, and then you had former Notre Dame alumni going at everybody because they were appropriately calling out Notre Dame for just not being good enough. I mean, they're just not. So, and then you had Ohio State just beat the brakes off of Clemson, and Dabo Swinney, who ranked Ohio State at number 11 in his poll, didn't have enough manhood to say, hey, I was wrong. He backed it up like, yeah, that's why I said it. That's why I felt it and all that kind of stuff. And now you sit at home trying to explain why you ain't good enough.
Well, you know, the thing about it is looking at both contests that took place on New Year's Day. I really did expect Notre Dame to give a much more better performance than they did against Alabama. But just like you just said, I mean, and I'm not taking anything away from those Crimson Tide fans. They that's a tough squad. They're very well coached. They're very well disciplined. But this is just my opinion. I really think they're going to have their hands full with a very promiscuous and sneaky Ohio State football team.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I agree with you wholeheartedly. It's like Ohio State has nothing to lose. Ohio State's playing with house money. Ohio State it's them against everybody else because everybody has made it a foregone conclusion that Clemson and Alabama were the two best teams and everybody else was everybody else. I'm Ohio State, man. I come in and I throw everything and the kitchen sink at them.
Yeah, I would too. Now, I will say this, AJ, is that, and I know a lot of people are kind of tired of seeing the big powerhouse teams repeatedly, and in regards to the constant playing in the national championships. I know they want to see some Texas. I do agree the fact that that A&M. I knew A&M was not going to make it. They just weren't going to do it. make it into the number 4 seed of not above Notre Dame. I mean, I don't care how strong you are here in the Southwest part of Texas. You're just not gonna. We're talking about Notre Dame. We're not talking about anybody else. I mean, it's a name of prestigiousness that continues to carry them, wherever they go. They didn't perform well, and somebody may have said, I saw with somebody said, man, A&M would have had a better showing than Notre Dame did. I don't know. That's hard to say. But then you're looking at 2 SEC teams meeting against each other, just like you're looking at the situation in the NFL on the final game that you just mentioned earlier regarding Pittsburgh and Cleveland. So, I mean, when you have these continued matchups, and I know it gets annoying because people have a tendency, they get tired of seeing the same squad. I will agree on this aspect that they do need to come up with a better playoff system, than basing it on the computerized system again. And I'm pretty sure you asked the same question: how can a 6-0 team of Ohio State be classified as a number 3 and then the number 2 ranked team in the country? But again, New Year's Day, they showed why, they were there. So the key element is the fact, how did you get there? Well, I showed you why we're here. I mean, when you beat the brakes off of Clemson, and they beat the brakes off of Clemson, I mean, they had no mercy on them. So, I mean, the rest is to be proven. And I'm looking for a great football game between Alabama and Ohio State. And I'm like you, we rowing in the same boat. You got to know, I got to know. I'm going with the Ohio State University.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, DB Cook. I'm trying to find something that I read over the weekend, and it just blew my mind. I was going to post it. Here it is. So Bleacher Report, which is supposedly one of the top sporting outfits out there, did their post-2021 bowl season rankings. All right?
Mm-hmm.
So they literally had Alabama number 1, Clemson number 2, Ohio State number 3, and Notre Dame, and then everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess they caught themselves, or they caught a lot of flack, because then they flipped it to Alabama number 1, Ohio State number 2, Clemson number 3, Notre Dame number 4, A&M and Oklahoma tied at number 5. And it's just like you had to get called out for you to realize that that's that same old shenanigan. Clemson just got the brakes beat off of them by Ohio State, but you still want to convince us that Clemson's a better team, than Ohio State.
No way. No way. I mean, you look at the overall performance of Ohio State compared to Clemson. Now, here's the other thing that may be shocking. They're stating that, and I can't think of his name right now, the quarterback for Clemson.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence stands a very high pick, not only to go first in the draft, but also to win the Heisman next week.
Yeah, hey.
I mean, tomorrow. That's tomorrow.
Perfect. Let Trevor Lawrence go number 1. It's probably going to be one of them young men from Alabama that's going to win the Heisman. So, I mean, Trevor Lawrence is going to where? The Jets? Ain't nobody worried about Trevor Lawrence and the Jets. Ain't nobody worried about Trevor Lawrence and the Jets.
And I agree, because like I tell anybody, I'm sorry. Like I'm stating here, the key matchup is when you're rebuilding a team, when you're looking at rebuilding a team, you can get a quarterback. Now, if anybody can invest to this and tell the truth, when it comes to building a team, the Texans started off with a great quarterback, and you just didn't have an offensive line.
Yeah, which is why they need to rehire Bill O'Brien and fire him again every day this week, because that dude is the guy that put Deshaun Watson in the situation he's in. Hey man, I got to take a break. You got a minute, or you?
I'm good, bro. I got as much time as you need.
Stay right there. We'll be right back. DB Cook, I got another call holding. You stay right there. I'll be with you in this next segment as well. This segment brought to you by the Tax Doctor and Lily, right here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM.
Hi, My name is Lily. My mom and dad used to fight about money all the time. Then one day, I heard them talking about this guy, some uncle I never knew, called Uncle Sam. Well, they say this Uncle Sam guy wanted them to pay him like $1 gazillion, and they didn't have $1 gazillion. So they called this company they heard on the radio called the Tax Doctor. And the Tax Doctor worked with Uncle Sam's people. I think they're called the IRS. And they were able to work it out so my mom and dad didn't have to pay Uncle Sam very much money at all. So now mom and dad are happy, and I'm happy too. Thanks, Tax Doctor.
If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS or state, call now and pay less. 800-603-9359. 800-603-9359. That's 800-603-9359. Here's an important COVID-19 school system update for your local area. If you're concerned about your child's education, please pay close attention to this message. The current school systems were not set up for at-home learning. If you're worried that your child may not be getting the grades they need to get ahead, may be losing self-confidence, or you're worried about them getting into a good college because of their grades, help is available to you. Call Grade Potential Tutoring. They can help with in-home or online tutoring and help your child with any subject and every grade level, even for test prep. They're experts in the home tutoring and online tutoring field and confident they can help you and your child get better grades today. Call now for your free consultation. 800-580-7680. 800-580-7680. 800-580-7680. That's 800-580-7680. I am a non-attorney spokesperson representing a team of lawyers who've helped people that have been injured or wronged. Have you been diagnosed with cancer? Are you one of the millions who have taken Zantac or other generic versions of this popular drug to help treat stomach issues? Then pay close attention to this message. The FDA said it detected low levels of a probable cancer-causing chemical known as NDMA in Zantac and other generic forms of this popular drug. They've banned sales and even removed it from the market. If you've been diagnosed with cancer and you've taken Zantac or a generic equivalent, call the legal helpline now. You could receive a free cash award and have your medical expenses covered. And there's no upfront cost to you. They only get paid if you win. So please call now. 800-251-7816. 800-251-7816. 800-251-7816. That's 800-251-7816.
The legendary KYOK 1140 AM and 92.3 FM. The legend continues.
The lunch break, where sports are the special of the day on the legendary KYOK.
All right, y'all. We're back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. DB Cook joining me. Got another call standing by. DB, give me your off-the-cuff views of the playoffs real quick. On Saturday, you got Colts and Buffalo. Who you got in that one?
I like Buffalo. Buffalo has a very explosive offense, but I'm not taking anything away from the Indianapolis Colts defense. So I look for a pretty tight football game between that one. It may be a little high scoring, but it may be I'll give it a 3 to 7 point spread on that one in favor of Buffalo. Yeah,
I'm gonna go opposite you. I'm going Colts in that one. That's my upset. Then Rams at Seattle. Who you got in that one?
Oh, most definitely Seattle. I mean, not taking anything away, the experience that Seattle has had down through the years. I mean, this is their time of year because for some particular reason, when they get into the playoffs, they kind of they turn it up a lot, in the direction that they've gone in the past. So I like Seattle by 10. Yeah, I got Seattle on that one. And then the late game Saturday, Tampa Bay at Washington. Who you got? You got to be kidding. Are you seriously asking me? Yeah, I just want to hear it out loud. Okay. I'm just, no pun intended, but I'm going back on real quick on the statement you made earlier. I think and I'm gonna say this and give you your answer at the same time. I think it's a disgrace when you have a division team that wins 7 games or 7-9, and they host a home game because the only reason they're even in the playoffs, you have other teams that have got better records than they even have. They even come 500,
Right.
And you can't even make the playoff. That's a disgrace. So I don't, because of the head coach, that's the only reason why it's going to be close. But we're looking at Tom Brady, and you can look for that to be about a 14 point. I'm looking for them to be at 14 for Tampa Bay, about 14.
Yeah, I'm looking for Tampa Bay to go off in that one. All right, real quick on Sunday, Baltimore at Tennessee. Who you got?
That's the best game that's going to be. That is going to be one of the best games that's going to be between Baltimore and Tennessee. The Titans, you know what? And no disgrace to the Texans franchise, they played their hearts out yesterday. You got to give Derrick Henry credit. Derrick Henry is one of the most prolific backs, north and south runners. But I think that Baltimore defense is going to shut him down. Jackson is going to come. He's going to air it out, and that's going to be a tight one. I'm looking for Baltimore by 3.
Okay. All right. And then who we got after that? We've got Chicago at New Orleans.
New Orleans better have a game plan together because the Chicago defense, when they're at full, which they are pretty well healthy right now, and they're going to be swarming because they know they got to put a lot of pressure on Drew Brees. And if you shut Brees and that offense down, then you pretty well just put icing on the cake. The only thing that's going to hurt Chicago is their passing game because they're not very well on the weak side of the offensive line. They're kind of weak on that end over there, but because you got a strong New Orleans defensive attack that's going to come. But I do like the Saints by 1. The Saints by 1.
Okay. All right. And then the late game, Cleveland, Pittsburgh.
Hey man, that's your old stomping grounds. I know you're a Cincinnati dude. You're Ohio. Ohio's Ohio across the board. But that's going to be a rematch of that Central Division, I think. And this is going to be the third time that they've met this year. And so I'm looking for the Steelers. I mean, let's go with the Steel Curtain by 10.
Yeah. Don't get the Ohio thing twisted. Like in Cincinnati, we don't like nothing about Cleveland. So I'm going Pittsburgh. I'm going Pittsburgh all day, every day, bro. All day, every day.
I stand.
All right, DB. I wanted to get your take on that, man. Thank you for hanging out with me for a moment.
Hey, bro, I do appreciate it, and keep up the good work and blessings and favor to you upon the new year as you continue to go with the lunch break.
Thank you, brother. Thank you for being who you are and who you've been to me, man. I love you and my sister. So tell her I said hey.
Oh yeah, keep her in your prayers. My mother-in-law passed last year, and so she's bouncing back, and so the favor of the Lord is upon us. But anyway, I know you got another call, but blessings and favor again, my brother, and we'll keep tuning in and keep blessing you when we need to.
All right, brother. Thank you much. DB Cook, y'all. Right. I mean it. DB Cook, good brother. All right, I got to get ready to take a break. My other caller has dropped off, so caller, call me back. But I've already fixed the college football playoffs. I've got a 16-team college football bracket, and I'm going to share it after the break. But let me get this call. Hello, you're live on the lunch break. Who's this?
Brother AJ, it's Ferdinand. Happy New Year to you and all the lunch breakers.
Same to you, Ferdinand. Caller of the year 2017, bro. How are you, man?
Man, I'm good, man. AJ, it was some disappointing losses on yesterday, man. It's like the rug was snatched under me from a couple of teams that I picked to win, and they did not win at the last second. They had the games won,
yeah,
but the last second they gave up the ghost.
Yep. I got to tell you, man, I went in on your boy Anthony Weaver, man. I went in on him because all you got to do is do what you normally do, play prevent defense, and you force overtime, and then you got a chance for the team to go out with some pride. But you go man coverage with one of the worst secondaries in football, and you get beat. Yeah, man, I'm sorry, man. I keep hearing what a great dude he is, and I'm not talking about him personally. I'm not talking about his family personally. I'm talking about the dude that is the defensive coordinator of the Houston Texans does not need that role anymore because it was too big for him. It was way too big for him.
Absolutely. And before we go any further, man, I just want to come in and and thank Romeo Cornell for giving us a different look Texans before he got out of here, man. I really enjoyed the second half, despite, he didn't have very much to work with, but we saw, that he really could put some things together. And I really, thank him for being here and all that he's done for Houston. He's really been an upstanding guy, never bickered or fickle about anything. Whatever they had him up, he was up. When they sit him down, he was down. So, man, wonderful job. Kudos to, Romeo Cornell. And, your boy that really bashed the Texans on last week, that's not a team's, player. We here to uplift one another. I don't care. Yeah, I can go back to Cincinnati. You remember when Cincinnati was just horrible, winning 2 and 3 games a year. They never bash one another. Either you're on my team or you're not. I'm going to help uplift you, AJ. We're on the same team, AJ. I'm going to uplift you. I'm not going to beat you down. You're on my team. And last I checked, AJ hadn't done nothing for the Texans. You hadn't had your Texans, be a number 1, number 2 defense. Them was many years ago. And so for him to come out and beat the Texans down like that, man, look, you win together, you lose together. AJ, you've been a part of teams. And that's just what it does. So for him to just beat up, on his teammates like that, I had a big problem with that. And I'm hoping that they don't find no extra money to keep him here. So I'm hoping he's gone, next year,
It really might be time. And again, the Texans have a bad habit of hanging on to their favorite sons too long. They did it with a number of players on multiple sports. But it is time. It's time. And I know, folks hate when I say that about this guy. I've been called everything from a racist to you name it. But it's just time. He's unhappy. They're not getting the kind of production out of him that they normally get. And there are players that are not here because he got his money. There are players that are not here, like DJ Reader, like Jadeveon Clowney, like Tyrann Mathieu. There's several players, Dwayne Brown, that are not here because these dudes, him and Whitney Merciless, got their money. And I just got to tell you, man, they were fractions of themselves after those players got sent out of here.
But yet, and you bring that's a very good point, AJ. But he never said anything about Bill O'Brien and getting rid of good quality superstar players. Never said one thing. And only thing that I have to say about JJ, and look, AJ, he should have asked me before the season. I told my good friend, my microphone mate, AJ, the Texans weren't going to win F-O-R-A. They were going to win F-O-E. 4 games.
You said
That's
it.
what they did. I said it before they start playing.
You said it.
AJ, look, I done doctored this thing up.
I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you.
I done see what Bill O'Brien is doing in his organization. And I told AJ, look, I looked down the schedule. And I really want to give him more games than that, AJ. But I looked at my sanctified mind. And I saw 4 games. 4 games, AJ. And look, Doc, for the last 3 years, I've called it. And, man, I ain't mad. I'm going to give myself kudos, pat on the back.
You better go ahead.
AJ Watt, he could have asked me. He wouldn't have had to be upset. He'd be say, okay, I understand that.
Listen, it's a poor dog won't wag his own tail. You go ahead and wag yours, Doc. You go ahead and wag yours. You better come on here. Ferdinand, I appreciate you as always.
Yes, sir, I've really enjoyed all these years, man. I'm having a ball, having a blast. And Milo, hopefully you won't dethrone me after last night because I didn't do very well.
I'll have those results for y'all tomorrow. We'll know who will be competing for the $500 tomorrow.
Okay, all right. Appreciate it, Jay. Have a good one, man.
All right, man. You too. Ferdinand dropping that knowledge. Ferdinand said, I didn't say they was going to win F-O-R. I said they were going to win F-O. Fo. You better come on. He wasn't lying either. He said that. I thought he was crazy. And he was dead on it. And watch this. Again, I don't mean to be beating up on the dude up in Cincinnati. He won 4 games. I'm just saying, y'all love these 4-win coaches when you love them. But when you don't like them, 4 wins is 7 wins ain't good enough when you don't like the coach. That's crazy to me. All right, let me take a break. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Oh, I told you I fixed the college football playoffs. I'll use Bleacher Report standings to fix the college football playoffs next, right here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM.
Jay, I recently purchased 4 new tires from OMG Tires and More, located at 3124 Tidwell between 59 and Jensen. TK got me in and out in less than 30 minutes. While there, I got my car washed. Do you need rims for your car? OMG has them too. OMG Tires and More is your one-stop shop for all your tire needs. So give them a call at 832-767-3211. That's 832-767-3211. Conveniently located at 3124 Tidwell between 59 and Jensen on the north side.
Here's an important COVID-19 school system update for your local area. If you're concerned about your child's education, please pay close attention to this message. The current school systems were not set up for at-home learning. If you're worried that your child may not be getting the grades they need to get ahead, may be losing self-confidence, or you're worried about them getting into a good college because of their grades, help is available to you. Call Grade Potential Tutoring. They can help with in-home or online tutoring and help your child with any subject and every grade level, even for test prep. They're experts in the home tutoring and online tutoring field and confident they can help you and your child get better grades today. Call now for your free consultation. 800-580-7680. 800-580-7680. 800-580-7680. That's 800-580-7680.
I'm Mayor Sylvester Turner. We need to be mindful of everyone's health and safety when planning family gatherings. Make a plan and share it with your guests. Get tested at one of the many free testing sites within the city. Wear your mask, wash your hands frequently, and social distance so you can enjoy your time together with peace of mind. Protecting our loved ones is the most important thing for all of us. Mask up, Houston. We're better together.
The legendary KYOK 1140 AM. The legendary KYOK 92.3 FM. 2 radio stations in one.
The old way of living with diabetes is a pain. You've got to remember to do your testing, and you always need to be sticking your fingers. The new way to live your life with diabetes is with a continuous glucose monitor. You simply apply a discreet, easy-to-use sensor on your body, and it continuously monitors your glucose levels, helping you spend more time in range and freeing you from painful finger pricks. If you test your blood sugar at least 4 times per day and inject insulin at least 3 times per day, or use an insulin pump and have private insurance or Medicare, you might be eligible for a CGM with little or no cost to you. Call U.S. Medical Supply today for a free benefits check. We offer free shipping, 90-day supplies, and we bill Medicare or your insurance directly. Call now and say goodbye to finger pricks.
800-633-1378. 800-633-1378. 800-633-1378. That's 800-633-1378.
I'm Larry Scott, host of the Not So Christian and Me show. Join me Saturdays for great fun, interviews, music, and the latest news surrounding our world today. We are the show that cares to hear your voice and opinion with real conversation in a no judgment zone. So join me Saturdays from 1 to 2 p.m. on the Not So Christian and Me show, right here on the legendary KYOK Radio, 1140 AM, and the all-new 92.3 FM and KYOKradio.org.
Now let's get back to the lunch break with AJ on the legendary KYOK 1140 AM and 92.3 FM.
All right, y'all, we're back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. I'm AJ Jones. It's our Media Monday 2021. So glad to be in 2021. So glad that you made it to 2021. And, you know, I know a lot going on. I know a lot of people lost loved ones and jobs and money and stuff like that. And I'm definitely not trying to minimize your pain. I'm just glad we're all here right now. Okay, those of us who are here, I'm glad we're all here right now. So again, we're gonna celebrate you. We're gonna celebrate and believe for better. And we're just gonna enjoy this new year, 2021. I'm not one of those ones that makes the declaration, oh, this is my year. I'm one of those believers that if your mind doesn't change, your actions don't change, it'll be the same year it was the year before, year before, year before. You got to do some things differently to get some things differently, and that's what I believe. That's just me. So that in mind, the college football playoffs, the way it is right now, is broken. It is as bad, if not worse, than when it was the BCS. You know, back then they used more on the computer side. Now they use more on, you know, the human side, and it's no better. It's no better. So you got 4 teams, and the 4 teams are always arbitrary. It's basically Alabama and Clemson, and then they try and get either the Big 10 champ or the Big 12 champ, but they got no problem putting in another school from the same conference. This year you had 2 ACC schools, Clemson and Notre Dame, who had just met in the ACC championship, and Notre Dame got dog walked by Clemson in that game. And I guess you thought that, oh, well, you know, they got dog walked by Clemson, but they're going to be all right against Alabama. They got dog walked by Alabama too. And then you had, of course, Ohio State knocking off Clemson. So here you go. Let me take a call, and then I'm going to show you how I fix the college football playoff. Hello, you're live on a lunch break. Who's this?
Happy New Year, AJ. It's Longhorn Keith, man. How you doing, brother?
Hey, man. Keith, you know, I wasn't petty all last year, and I'm not going to start off this year petty. I'm not.
Please do, man. I'm sorry I missed the first, hour of the show.
It's okay. It's okay because, you know, I might have come across petty in talking about y'all's new head coach of the football team. It's like when they got Tom Herman, the athletic director said, "We got our man." And I was like, if you like him, then good for y'all. I don't have to like him. Y'all got him. And now y'all fired y'all's man to get this man. And I'm just saying, bro, for real? For real? Like, for real?
Yeah, you know, I'm not going to lie. I was taken aback by that announcement. And more importantly, I'm really upset about it. But obviously, there's not a whole lot that can be done at this point. Not so much upset because Tom Herman was that great of a coach, or he was that great of a people person. It was more so because so the underlying story for me that I think needs to be highlighted and then watched over the next 3 years, maybe 2, is the fact that CDC, Chris Del Conte, the athletic director at Texas, came out and said that Tom Herman was his guy and his job was secure. But then he goes on to fire him after this big bowl win at the Alamo Bowl. But then he uses something that I think most people are overlooking, and that is his excuse for getting rid of Tom Herman was that Tom Herman lost the locker room because players were negatively recruiting against him. And let me just tell you, I believe that could be true. However, there's no substantiated proof or anyone coming out saying, yeah, I'm a player who said that I don't like Tom Herman and I didn't go to Texas, or we didn't want players to come to Texas. That just doesn't make any sense to not want players to come and help you be great, right? So my problem is that Chris Del Conte has himself in a situation by going out and hiring a guy who literally is nothing but a lateral move. You have taken a guy who's an offensive coordinator with great talent at Alabama to bring him to Texas with, at best, we're good, right? A good talent, but you're not great. So the next 3 years will then determine, okay, the fate of not only Steve Sarkisian, but also Chris Del Conte. And to be brutally honest, I am okay with Chris Del Conte having to go if this is not the right hire. Because his lack of integrity, or more importantly, just his willingness to just come forward and say what it is and dealing with issues of Texas is a problem for me. And so as a result, man, I don't like the hire, but I like it from the standpoint in 3 years we'll be able to look back and go, we're redoing this whole thing again. And listen, frankly, I hope we'll be able to make it through, and Steve Sarkisian can make some turnarounds. He's got a talent base there now, and hopefully he can continue to build upon that. He's a great offensive mind. There's no doubt about that. But, you know, what he does with that, or with the defense and the like, and more importantly, the boosters, it's going to be interesting to watch, man.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to watch. And I do, man. Just like I said often about the Texan fans here, I feel bad for the Longhorn fans. It's not that I hate Steve Sarkisian. It's not that I hate the Longhorn fans. When you've got one of those storied, prestigious universities and programs like y'all's, bruh, I want the best for you. You know, college football is good and better when UT is good and when Oklahoma is good and when Ohio State is good. I mean, it literally is dying at the hands of Alabama and Clemson. So I want UT to be good. I don't know if this is going to help them be that. I really don't.
No, and here's the thing that people really got to pay attention to, man. It really boils down to, when you get a head coach at Texas, it has to be a guy with some skin in the game who can not only be great with X's and O's and organization, but he literally has to be a CEO, because you have not only got to deal with the players, the parents, winning, but you also got to deal with boosters,
right,
the political game that go along with that. It's unlike any other thing at most universities at the University of Texas. And so having to deal with that, you basically have to be a CEO who knows how to balance all of that. You know, I don't feel bad for anyone who comes into the door at Texas and takes that job. However, I do feel bad that we have created this monster.
Right.
Whereas it could be the best school to really coach. However, because there are so many outside influencers, negative influencers at that, and because they have big money, donors, they take away from the potential. They take away from the shine on the job, man.
Right.
They make it so hard for anybody to say, I want to stay here and coach.
Right. Right. Yeah. I mean, again, that goes with the territory of those big programs. You know, Charlie Strong was literally doomed before he even, coached his first game when Red McComb and some of those other guys spoke out against him. And it's unfortunate.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate. So I hope two things. I hope Steve Sarkisian does well, and I hope he stays healthy. I really do. I really do.
Real talk.
Yeah.
Why do you think Urban Meyer, with his health concerns and all the money he could have made at Texas, I'm pretty sure his wife said no, because those people will kill you in 3 years. Because it's a lot of pressure.
Right.
And listen, there are some people that can come in and take that pressure and be like, listen, we're going to win. Because winning resolves all issues, right? Or at least most of them.
Right.
But at University of Texas, man, it's a lot. I'll say this one last thing, man. I'm excited for the kids, because most of the kids who I know who are on the team or that I follow, because I don't want to make it sound like I know some kids personally. I just follow them. Maybe two kids I know, but they're excited about the change. They also miss their coach, but they're excited about the change because, in a certain way, Tom Herman was losing the locker room. He was losing some kids. So let's see. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, man. I'm looking forward to it. Again, it's not even over, but I'm already looking forward to it to start again, just to see what Sarkisian's going to do over there at UT, because it's time out, man, for not beating Oklahoma. It's time out for not winning Big 12 championships. It's time out for not being in the discussion for the college football playoffs, whatever that looks like.
Exactly. And listen, we haven't won the Big 12 but twice in the last 10, 15 years. And you're right. So it's time for us to get to a place where we're winning again. And winning again, let me be clear, unlike most of my alumni and brothers who feel like we deserve that spot, we're good, but we haven't been great in a long time.
Right.
And so today celebrates 15 years of Ben Sherman's going against USC and winning
the Rose Bowl, the national championship, and so I'm in light of that, I'm hoping that we will see some of that again. And I'll tell you, Casey Thompson looked extremely well in the Alamo Bowl. A lot of those young kids played exceptionally well. So it's gonna be an interesting time next year to see how the kids do, and more importantly, if Steve Sarkisian can put together a good coaching staff to help build around that program. I feel like there's a great chance that Texas could have some potential in the next few years, because we play Alabama. We host Alabama in 2 years.
Oh wow, now that's what's up. Now I like that. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Longhorn Keith, it's always a pleasure, man. You always make this show better, brother.
Thank you, man. God bless you, brother.
Happy New Year to you, man. You and yours.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, Longhorn Keith, always a good call, man. I love that dude for free. All right, let me take a break. And like I said, when I come back, I'm going to fix the college football playoffs. And I'm only going to add, I'll tell you when I get back, right here on the lunch break. Segment brought to you by the CARE team. If you don't have health insurance and you need it in 2021, listen up, all right? It'll be the tax doctor Lily first. But right after that, I want you to pay attention. This segment brought to you by the CARE team on the lunch break.
Hi, my name is Lily. My mom and dad used to fight about money all the time. Then one day, I heard them talking about this guy, some uncle I never knew, called Uncle Sam. Well, they say this Uncle Sam guy wanted them to pay him like $1 gazillion, and they didn't have $1 gazillion. So they called this company they heard on the radio called the Tax Doctor. And the Tax Doctor worked with Uncle Sam's people. I think they're called the IRS. And they're able to work it out so my mom and dad didn't have to pay Uncle Sam very much money at all. So now mom and dad are happy, and I'm happy too. Thanks, Tax Doctor.
If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS or state, call now and pay less. 800-603-9359. 800-603-9359. That's 800-603-9359.
As the coronavirus is ravaging our community, make sure you have health insurance. Let CARE Team Insurance assist you with our free medical enrollment assistance program. Call now and see what you qualify for at 281-990-1377. There are over 13 million people without insurance that should qualify for plans starting at $0 to only $50 per month. CARE Team has helped thousands of people just like you by providing free enrollment assistance. Don't be taken advantage of by people selling bad or fake insurance. Make sure you have health insurance. Let CARE Team Insurance assist you. This is AJ Jones, and KYOK listeners, I want you to call now and see what you qualify for. Plans starting at $0 to only $50 per month at 281-990-1377. That's 281-990-1377. Or visit careteamcares.com.
You're listening to 1140 AM and 92.3 FM, the legendary KYOK.
Let me stop. Man, let me stop. All right, so we're back here on the lunch break. Legendary KYOK. Closing minutes of the first Media Monday of 2021. Big shout out to all my friends, family, and Valencia King done posted up on Twitter that she's tuned into the lunch break, and she done dropped the link over there. Man, that's love. Y'all just don't know. Every little thing you do means the world to me because you don't have to do it. And Valencia King and David Grubb, Kelsey Nicole Nelson, I could go on and on. Chris Gardner, Kim Y. Davis, Willie Gibson. I could go on and on and on. Good people. Yeah. Nick Padone, man. Let me tell you something. Nick is a real dude, man. Nick Padone up there in Cleveland is a real dude. Just graduated, and y'all got to give him some love, man. I'm gonna start dropping links, just random links for y'all to lock in and follow folks. Al High, a lot of love for that brother. A lot of love for that brother. Tony Wyatt over there at the Mo City Gazette. I mean, a lot of love for these cats. Big Mike Riggins. A lot of love for these guys and young ladies just giving us a love, Erica Fernandez, same to you. Man, my girl Vashti Hurt over at Carolina Blitz, man, she does amazing work. So I'm grateful. I'm grateful for all these good people. All right, let's fix the college football playoff. Right now, in the college football playoffs, you got the number 1 team versus the number 4 team and then the number 2 team versus the number 3 team. And then the winner of those games meet for the national championship. So you got 2 games after the final game played by these teams for them to determine a national championship. I'm going to expand the playoffs and add 2 more games to the schedule. Well, really 3, but two more games to schedule. Walk with me. Instead of 4 teams, you go with the top 16. And you have regionals. Number 1, Alabama versus number 16, North Carolina. And then number 12, BYU versus number 8, Cincinnati. That's one region. In the next region, you got number 2, Ohio State versus number 15, Louisiana. And then number 11, you got number 2, Ohio State versus number 15, Louisiana. And then number 7, Georgia versus number 11, Indiana. That's the second region. Then region number 3, you got Clemson, which is number 3, versus number 14, Coastal Carolina. And then number 6, Oklahoma versus number 10, Iowa. And then in your final region, the toughest region, you got number 4, Notre Dame versus number 13, whiny Dan Mullen and the Florida Gators. And then you got number 5, A&M versus number 9, Northwestern. Alabama has the easiest path. They got the lowest seeds because they are the number 1 seed. Second is Ohio State. They get the second easiest route. Number 3, Clemson. Number 4, Notre Dame. So here's what happens. Number 1 plays number 16. The winner of that plays the winner of number 8 and number 12. And then the winner of that plays whoever comes out of that Notre Dame bracket. And then the winner of that goes to the national championship versus the winner of Ohio State and Louisiana, and then Georgia and Indiana. And then whoever wins those 2 games play each other. And then they play the winner of Clemson and Coastal Carolina, Oklahoma, Iowa State, whoever wins comes out of that region. And then again, the winners out of those regions go up against the national championship. So let me give you an example. So Alabama plays North Carolina and beats them. Cincinnati plays BYU and beats them. You got Alabama versus Cincinnati. Got it? If Alabama beats Cincinnati, then Alabama goes on to the semifinals. Well, they'll take on, let's go through it again. Notre Dame plays Florida. Florida beats Notre Dame. And then you got A&M against Northwestern, and Northwestern beats A&M. Northwestern then beats Florida. Then guess what? Northwestern plays Alabama in the semifinals with a chance to play for the national title. In the other region, Ohio State plays Louisiana and beats them. Georgia plays Indiana and beats them. You got Ohio State versus Georgia in the quarterfinals. Ohio State beats Georgia, and then they wait for the winner of Clemson and Coastal Carolina, Oklahoma and Iowa State. So Clemson beats Coastal Carolina. Oklahoma beats Iowa State. Oklahoma upsets Clemson, and Oklahoma would play Ohio State in the semifinal. And again, the winner of that game would meet the winner of Alabama and Northwestern. Oh, baby, you got a ton of money flowing now. And you can still use your bowl games to facilitate these games. You can still use the bowl games. You add 2 more games to everybody's schedule and 3 more games to the teams that play for the national championship. It ain't a bad deal, and you make twice as much money as you're currently making with this college football playoff nonsense. And you've got more schools involved, so that's more fans, that's more merchandise, that's more travel, that's more vendors, that's more everything. Everybody eats on this plan. And I'm like I'm like Mac Brown. If the major power conferences don't want to go with this, if I'm the Big Ten and I'm the Pac-12 and I'm the Power 5, forget Alabama and Clemson. We'll do this ourselves. Because guess what? That's what the FCS or Division I AA, that's what they do right now anyway. It's a lie. They're lying to you. The FBS and the Power 5s are lying to you when they tell you, oh, it's going to be too many games. It'll be too hard on the bodies of the kids. Oh, they won't have time to study. Guess what? Then that means the kids on the FCF level are better than the kids on the FBS level because they do it every single year. You know what the issue is? The issue is the folks making the money on the FBS level right now don't want to share the money with anybody else. They're making enough money off of Alabama and Clemson that they don't want to share. 16 teams, four regions. Alabama in the southern region, Ohio State in the Midwest, Clemson on the east, and you'll make the other division on the west. Let's play ball. Now, the only reason – now, you got some West Coast teams in there. BYU, technically. Not a lot, though. Oregon and UCLA and all of them, they got to come on with it. Because all I used was the top 16 teams. I used the top 16 teams from Bleacher Report's ranking. So let me give them to you. So at number 1, Alabama. Number 2, Ohio State. Number 3, Clemson. Number 4, Notre Dame. Number 5, A&M. Technically, Oklahoma 6. 7 is Georgia. 8, Cincinnati. 9, Northwestern. 10, Iowa State. 11, Indiana. 12, BYU. 13, Florida. 14, Coastal Carolina. 15, Louisiana. 16, North Carolina. And on the outside looking in, you got Liberty, Oklahoma State, Ball State, Miami, Iowa, UT, USC, San Jose, and North Carolina State. They got to play. You can't get in that top 16. That's on you. It's a great plan. It could work. And if I could come up with it, guess what? They've come up with it. They just don't want to do it. They just don't want to do it. All right, let me get ready to go. We'll get Sybil Wilkes on before I do. But quick sports update. Texans brought their 4-12 season to a close with a 41-38 loss to Tennessee. And now we'll find out who will be their head coach and who will be their general manager. Hey, listen, I'm going to be posting up some email addresses for you to email on behalf of Garrick Jones. Garrick Jones, hashtag GJ4GM. Got to put that out there because for some reason there is a member of the Texans front office that doesn't even want to bring Garrick in for an interview. So I'm going to be posting up on my Facebook page some email addresses for you to just simply email and say, hey, interview Garrick Jones, okay? All right, Cowboys also have more questions and answers after losing 23-19 to the New York Giants and finishing 6-10. Who's going to be their head coach? Do they bring Mike McCarthy back and Nolan? Or what are they going to do with Dak Prescott? Because Andy Dalton ain't it. Todd, I'm sorry. You and Colin Cowherd are wrong. I'm sorry. Andy Dalton ain't the answer. He is not a replacement for Dak. New Orleans beat Carolina 33-7 in spite of not having any of their running backs due to COVID-19. Playoffs are set Saturday. Colts at Buffalo, Rams at Seattle, Tampa Bay at Washington. Sunday, Tennessee hosting Baltimore, New Orleans hosting Chicago, and Pittsburgh hosting Cleveland. Utah beat the Spurs 130 to 109 yesterday. Spurs are at the Clippers tomorrow night, 9 o'clock. And the Rockets beat Sacramento 102 to 94 without James Harden. They're at Indianapolis Wednesday at 6. Ohio State, as we just said, beat Clemson 49 to 28. Dabo Swinney's a joke. I mean, seriously, he can't be taken serious for anything. And that's what happens when you glorify somebody that's just good at coaching football. It doesn't mean he's a good person. Doesn't mean he knows anything. In fact, that dude's a joke. But anyway, Ohio State shut him up 49 to 28. Alabama beat Notre Dame 31 to 14. Now you got Ohio State at Alabama, January the 11th at 7 o'clock. A&M beat North Carolina 41 to 27 to win the Orange Bowl. And I've got to give love to North Shore. Beating Ridge Point 56 to 14 over the weekend. A lot of love to North Shore. Hoping they win another state championship. One of the top teams in the country. All right, let me go ahead and get ready to get Sybil Wilkes on here and get out of your way. Lord say the same. I'll be back tomorrow for Team Texas Tuesday. In fact, I may have Garrick Jones on tomorrow. So you can hear from him directly what we need to do to help him at least get an interview with the Houston Texans. They're playing good old politics. Again, Sybil Wilkes up next. Donnie McClurkin with the Donnie McClurkin Show. He'll give you the best in gospel music, latest in the gospel music industry. And then Lord say the same. You got Dr. Sylvia Cole with Call to Inspire tomorrow. And then your boy will be back with Team Texas Tuesday. Again, let's not be divided. Let's be united. I love you. There's nothing you can do about it except wear your mask, wash your hands, sanitize everything around you. Be sensitive to everybody around you. Give them 6 feet. And whatever you do, when you see that racism, kill it. Not the person, but the racism. All right, y'all. Talk to you later.
It's Sybil Wilkes with what you need to know today. Against the backdrop of an ongoing and increasing pandemic and economic uncertainty, the 117th United States Congress was sworn in Sunday. Congresswoman Nancy Pelosi was elected to another term as Speaker of the House. 32 members of the Senate were sworn in among those elected or re-elected in November. The names of Barack and Michelle Obama have been bandied about in conversations about potential positions within the Biden administration. The latest suggestion is the nomination of former President Barack Obama as the next Attorney General of the United States. A legal expert suggests that the unprecedented move would show the president-elect is governing in the national interest during these volatile times. Adding, it would make perfect preparation for a seat on the United States Supreme Court. What you need to know is brought to you by Black Voters Matter. Visit blackvotersmatterfund.org for more information. I'm Sybil Wilkes. Be informed, be empowered.
All right, fam. Y'all take care. Love y'all. Again, happy 2021. Love y'all for free. Y'all take care. Talk to you tomorrow, okay? God bless.